The battle over what America's children are being taught in school also continues to heat up. Here's One America's Christina Bobb.
Joining me in studio, the president of American Principles Project, Terry Schilling. Now, the Democrat nominee and former governor of Virginia, Terry McAuliffe, is defending his veto of a bill in 2016 which would have mandated that schools inform parents of sexually explicit materials in lessons and allow them to opt their children out of those lessons. What's happening now?
Well, what we are seeing is it's finally reaching the boiling point. About 60 years ago, the United States government across the country, through the Supreme Court primarily, declared a war on families. They believe that children belong to the regime, to the government, to the society, not to parents. And what we saw the other night at the debate between the two governor's candidates in Virginia is Terry McAuliffe said the quiet part out loud, which is that parents should not be able to determine the education of their children. He doesn't want parents telling school boards or schools or teachers what should be in the school libraries or what content should be included in the curriculum in their schools. This is so contrary to everything that's about America, everything that's about being a human. Children obviously belong to their parents because their parents are the only ones that create them. Terry McAuliffe doesn't know what he's talking about. His policies are so harmful, but this is what the Democrats want, and they've wanted for so long.
And what is it specifically about families that make families such a threat to this agenda of really trying to take ownership over kids and really dictate what happens to children as opposed to allowing parents to raise their kids? Why are families such a threat?
Well, families take the time and attention, really authority, away from not just the government, but also from corporations. So you have this weird confluence between the government and corporations where they're both trying to get families to get smaller, have less children, not get married, push marriage off, go to college, get those advanced degrees. They don't want you having a family because when you have a family, your children and your wife end up being your biggest priority, not increasing the profits, not spending more time and hours at work, and definitely not paying more than you have to in taxes. So the family is a direct competitor to government, to corporations, and these guys are selling themselves short though, because without families, without new people being entered into this world and being raised in a loving environment and educated properly, you're not going to have customers, and you're definitely not going to have good citizens that are loyal to their country. It's very short-sighted, but that's what we're dealing with here.
Very interesting. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Chris.